Okay. All right. Would you please state your name?
Daniel Martin.
Daniel Martin. Could you spell that for me?
Daniel Martin.
Awesome. And what is your position at work?
Mechanical supervisor for the Greater Essex County District School Board.
Awesome. So, Dan, let me use this as a chair. There we go. Okay. So, just give me, I guess, a brief rundown about what's going on with the whole pool thing.
Cause factor. The Board of Education can't afford to keep all the pools going. The pools are old. They're all in need of upgrades, updates, and since the city put a pool up, it doesn't make much sense for the Board of Education to carry the load of the costing out of 4 pools and the city with the costing of theirs.
So what are they doing about it? Like they're just closing down the pools? Which pools are they closing
Well,
down?
we closed down Forster 12 years ago. That was the fact that the pool was 85 years old. Needed major upgrades to the tune of probably 1.3 or 1.4 million dollars, and the pool was barely being used. So they closed that one. That was the first one that went down. The second one that went down was Massey, and that was due for a complete overhaul. And the overhaul to that pool would have been to the probably 1.3 to 1.5 million. That's complete excavation, all mechanical repairs, deck replacement. Herman was the second last one we closed, and that was due to the fact that in all our pools there is very little dehumidification. So what's happened with humidity, it's the structure got affected. So it's not only the pools that we had to maintain, it's also the structure. The structure repairs at Herman alone were 1.7 million, and that didn't include the pool repairs, which were probably close to the same as Massey, 1.3, 1.4. Riverside, we're looking at the same thing. We're closing that one in June. We've got the same problem there. It's a complete dehumidification. We had a structural ceiling let go in the dressing rooms last year, and the repair cost of that was close to $700,000. And if anybody would have been in a dressing room because that ceiling come down, it would have been a major lawsuit. The reason the ceiling come down, same thing, dehumidification. Now, in order to maintain dehumidification in these pools, you have to install deck drawn units, which we did to the tune of $400,000 a piece, which they have to be completely overhauled after 10 years, so they are all pretty well in their 10-year cycle. Complete overhaul is probably close to $500,000. So rather than having the money go towards the swimming pools, they're better off to keep the money in the classrooms.
That makes sense. Are there any pools left in?
Kennedy is the only pool we will have left after June that's in full operation, and you really can't give any guarantees on that one either.
Okay.
Trustees make the decisions.
Right.
They just look to us for our input.
If you had to hazard a guess, how long do you think that one's going to last?
Could last forever. Kennedy's our showcase, so that pool there could keep going.
Right.
It's hard to say. Like I said, we don't have the final decision. They just look to us for our input.
Yeah.
The costs.
What part did you play in the whole thing?
I pretty well supervised all the pools.
Okay. So
And it's basically all these pools. You take Riverside itself was probably $60,000 a year. That's strictly for water consumption and for chemicals. That didn't include the operation side, which is custodial, which is probably an extra $10,000 to $15,000 a year. That's an annual maintenance cost that we have to live with. That doesn't include your hydro, which you're running all your mechanical systems. So that's strictly water, and $60,000 is strictly water and chemicals. So you're well over $100,000 a year by the time you tack your hydro on that.
Right. Do you know what the annual budget is for?
We don't have any annual budget. There's no budget that comes out of the board for pool maintenance. It strictly comes out of a maintenance budget.
Okay.
So there is no envelope covering the pool costs.
What's the maintenance budget?
Maintenance, that's a full budget that covers all the maintenance in all the schools. So we have to allocate X amount of dollars for every high school that has a pool, probably $100,000 to $150,000 a year just to maintain that pool up and above.
Right, but I mean, what's the budget? Like the number?
Oh, $7 to $8 million.
Okay. For each school or total?
No, that's total.
Okay. Okay. How many schools do you oversee?
85.
Oh wow, big job. You must be a busy man.
Keeps me hopping.
So you have a crew that works under you? Like,
Yes, I have 5 plumbers that work under me. I have 3 laborers, and I've got 3 outside contractors that work for me. I've probably got a total of maybe 35 to 40 people that I oversee.
mhm. You push the paper? Or?
No, I pretty well pushing paper. That's the easy part. The hard part is the decision making.
Yeah. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what's the most interesting thing you've had happen?
What's the most interesting thing that I've had happen? Well, let me see. Actually, if you want to go back to the pool instance, we had one of our swim teachers left a 2-inch valve open over the weekend, and we come back to a pool filtration room, which is in the lower level of the building, in the basement of the building, with 7 feet of water in there, and then included in that 7 feet of water was the main transformer for the building for the hydro coming in. So to make another story short, we fried the transformer plus flooded out the whole lower level of the building.
Oh wow.
That's one instance.
How'd you take care of that? How'd you get the water out?
Very simple. You pump it out, you shut all the power off, which the power was off anyway. You shut the power, had the utility shut the power off, service off, and then we pumped the building dry and then made the repairs from there.
Right. What happened to the teacher?
Never heard.
Never heard from again.
No, well, he was still there.
That's very cool.
Then there's one, we had an instance last Christmas, Boxing Day, where we had, I got a call from Enwin Utilities that we lost power at Dr. Taylor Public School in the west end of Windsor, and for some reason they lost power at the pole, and intermittently we lost the power in the building. So it was a dead of winter, no power, we had no source of heat, so we had to make arrangements to bring generators in, which we arranged with the city of Windsor to provide us with a generator to maintain heat till we had to bring a new feed into the building, which took 2 weeks to do it. Well, we had the 2 weeks while the kids were out of school, so that's only a couple of the minor instances that we go through.
You do keep hopping, eh?
It keeps me out of trouble, keeps me young.
How many hours how many hours in the field do you spend a week? Roughly?
40.
40?
I work 40-hour week.
Well, I meant like in actual on-site schools.
30.
Oh wow.
30 to 35. Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
Very little time in the office.
Oh, so you do get your hands dirty, eh?
Not really. I just oversee everything. I've got all the plumbing and heating. I oversee all the plumbing and heating also, as along with the pools and the whole system.
Okay.
So,
How long have you been working?
23 years.
23 years. How'd you get started?
Started as a temporary part-time employee in the summertime, 25 years ago. And after 2 years, I eventually ended up with a full-time position working as a plumber. And within 2 years, I was management.
Oh wow. That's not bad, eh?
My superior retired, and I was asked to take over.
Okay. So you started part-time as a custodian? Or?
Nope. In the field as a plumber, part-time plumber for the board.
Okay.
And after 2 years, I ended up as a full-time plumber. Within, a year and a half, I think it was management.
Okay. Oh, cool. How long do you plan on keeping on going?
That's hard to say. I'm going to get up one day and I'm going to say that's going to be it.
Yeah.
You never know. Hopefully another few years. My health, if I can maintain my health.
Very, very good. Well, thank you. I think
That's it.
Yeah.
Now you know all about me.
I know all about you.